What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you joining. First of all, I just want to say Happy New Year. 2024 was an amazing year, but we got so much more to do in 2025. So with this video, we're going to start it off a little different. I'm usually going down with music production, sound selection, etc. But today we're just going to be jumping into a lot of the things that I did behind the scenes that I was able to utilize to help maximize my YouTube growth and my social media engagement. So the first thing that I actually am going to be breaking down in depth is my content creation checklist. It's extremely easy to use, and I also got a couple of apps, a couple of websites that you guys can utilize with some links in the description in order for you to be able to optimize your social media growth and maximize all of your content to the best of your ability. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Appreciate you guys joining. So we're going to jump right on into the content creation checklist. It's basically, a checklist that I made in order for me to step up my social media game, my content game, my engagement, being able to resonate with my fans and my audience and narrow down what exactly works and what doesn't. So saying that, I've derived these certain type of steps. The first part is the pre-content creations. So when it comes down to this, you basically want to research and generate ideas from off of your research. So in order for you to do that, you have to be able to identify your target audience and their needs. Once you do that, you can research trending topics around their needs or their wants, and then you start adding relevant keywords and key factors inside of, basically your research that you're doing. After you do that, you start to brainstorm and you write down a list of content ideas. This is extremely simple. You don't have to overthink it. Just once you start to see what's trending, you pick out what's trending for you to be able to explain in the best of ability that your audience needs to hear. So moving along, once you do that, you set goals and objectives. So we already know who our audience is, what their needs are. We researched the topics, the trending topics, and relevant keywords that they have. We wrote down some ideas. So now that we got those ideas down, we're going to set the goals and define the purpose of the content. Which are we going to, give out to the audience? If it's going to be informative, entertaining, or are we promoting something? So those are just like 3 different examples of what you need to do when you're defining the purpose of the content. Once you do that, you set specific measures and goals. For example, if this content is going to be entertaining, you probably want to increase your engagement and drive traffic. If it's informative and you want to get out a point, of course, that's increased engagement and driving traffic. And promoting, obviously, you're more than just like engaging. So you're just going to try to drive the traffic in that direction. So the next thing we want to hit after we set our goals and we plan them out, we want to start to create content steps. So when creating content steps, you want to do the drafting. This is where, all of the stuff starts to come into basically on the screen or on the pen and pad or whatever the case may be. So you want to start your writing and drafting. You write compelling headlines and introductions. You want to be able to grab your audience from the beginning. I tell you, so many, for example, so many emails that I got that I'm just like, the title makes no sense. It has nothing to do with me. I don't even open it. So headlines, introductions is extremely important. So once you grab them with that introduction, you got to keep them amazed. You got to keep them wanting more. So that's when the development of the main body comes in. You want to make sure that it's concise, to the point, and clear, in order for your target audience to be able to see, hey, oh my God, like this intro is ridiculous. It's pointing out exactly what I need. Let me continue to go further and see what else is going on. Once you grab them with the points in your body, you got to make sure you include the data and examples. So with doing that is basically visuals, pictures, graphics, photo, like any type of thing that's going to grab their attention. So the attention span of people nowadays is like super limited, and it's getting shorter and shorter by the day. So just keep those key factors in mind, and we're going to just continue to move down. So once you got that down, we are definitely going to be designing and visualizing all of our elements. So thinking about the ideas that you had, brainstorming, you got your target audience, you got your purpose, you got your, engagement, if it's going to be funny or you're promoting something. So now we have to infiltrate that into your brand, because branding is consistency. In order for you to gain some type of traction in social media appearance, you have to be branded. And this is a perfect way for you to start. You must use consistent colors, formats across all platforms and all visuals. Is very important. You want to be very in sync and cohesive with what you're trying to present to your audience, as well as presenting you in the same process. So you have to also make sure that your videos and images are of high quality. It's very, very important. When it comes down to that, I got a website that you can go ahead and head over to for you to be able to create different types of images, have AI create avatars, help you with posting. So I got the link in the description. The website is called Microsoft Design, and it is extremely easy to use. I'm going to go ahead and just show a couple of the website right here to flip through, but definitely the link is in the description. Make sure you go and check that out. And if you got any tips or tricks about apps or programs that you guys use to make different type of images, drop them in the comments. I want to hear it. So once you got your editing software, you got your high quality images, videos, you want to make sure that your videos are very engaging, to the point, and precise. So make sure you produce short, captivating videos that's relevant to the content. So next we're going to go on to the editing and proofreading stage. Yes, this is probably one of the most boring parts of the creation checklist, but it is a must and is just as important as step one. So in order for you to maintain the accuracy, the consistency of the presentation video, you must review it for errors, mistakes, inconsistency. Make sure all of the information is up to date. It's good. You're giving out valid and informative information, and improve the readability. So if you have some of those cuts where it's, showing captions and things like that, just make sure it's legible. If you have stuff going across the screen, just make sure it's not flashing too fast or moving too slow and not keeping up with the rest of the video. But yeah, when starting off, just keep it as simple as you can and do as much as you can in order for just give out the information what's needed in a captivating way. So basically, moving along, in this part, you want to post content creation steps. So while we have any steps, you're going to be publishing and promoting. You're going to analyze, respond, monitor after you post. So obviously you got to schedule your posts. Right here, I definitely have an app for you guys to go ahead and download. It is called METRICOOL. It is super informative. It's super user friendly. It is so informative. You can basically do a lot with it. They have different tiers, but trust me, the free account is basically what all you're going to need. So let's go ahead and jump into METRICOOLs when it comes down to the posting and scheduling, and I'll show you how great this website is, as well as the app is, when it comes down to optimizing everything for time management and posting. So here's a quick little preview of METRICOOL. You're going to use a content management system or social media scheduler, METRICOOL, and you're going to post content at optimal times for your audience. Now, another cool thing about METRICOOL is that when it comes down to it and you start posting, it's going to show you the engagement and what time it's suggested to post. And like I said, you can post to multiple social media. So when you click through the browser, you can see the different times that's best to post to each different platform. Once you do that, you're going to make sure that you are monitoring your engagement. You're going to track key metrics, the likes, the shares, the comments, the views, who's doing it, how frequently they're coming back and forth to each social media channel or whichever one that you're definitely focusing on. So you got to make sure that you respond to the comments and engage with your audience. That's very important. Do not have people lingering underneath your posts with questions or comments. As soon as you get that notification, make sure you turn on the notifications first of all. But as soon as you get that notification, just head over there if you're not doing anything, as soon as you get a chance, and just, comment back like whatever they're talking about. Just engage with them. It's very important. After that, you're going to analyze your performance. You're going to review all the analytics from your measures, and you're going to notify your success points and which content you got the most engagement with. So that's very important. Definitely have to come back. So give yourself about a month, 2 months time, especially depending on how often you are posting. But with this, the metricool system, the AI, the ChatGPT, everything should really become super easy from you if you just follow these steps and be consistent. Consistency is key. After you review your analytics, you're going to make sure you identify what worked as well as what areas you need to improve. Now, don't just take it as, oh, this post didn't, have the most engagement, but it did have some good information. Maybe you just want to recycle it and send it out in a different way. Add different posts, use different wording, something. But just, you have to get creative with it, and it's all about trial and error. You are never going to fail. The only way that you will fail is if you don't even try. So now that we broke down the metricool, for you guys, I got a link in the description. Go ahead and click that. Get started with optimizing your scheduling and your posting. Moving along, you definitely going to have to monitor your engagement. So regardless of whatever platform you're using in order to, track and see your analytics for your posts, you're definitely going to have to monitor your engagement. You're going to track your likes, your shares, your comments, where they're coming from, frequent users that's coming back and forth, things like that. Once you're monitoring your engagement, you have to make sure that you're responding to these people that's actually commenting on your stuff. You don't want to have someone comment on your stuff and it takes you 5-6 days for you to reply. They're going to forget you. Like, timing is always key when it comes down to a lot of these social media postings and, basically anything that you're trying to promote. So you must stay engaged with your audience. After you do that, you must analyze your performance. So like I said, if you're using metricools, you could just go ahead and click on the analyze button and you can track the data and see, different types of fluctuation and engagements on one post opposed to the other. Or if you have more traffic going to this site than another social media site, you're able to see exactly what's going on. So with all that being said, I already gave you a couple of gems. I got some links in the description for you to go ahead and check out a couple of the apps in order for you to optimize your posting and things like that. Once you get this down, you just have to be continuous and improve on the little hiccups here and there. So yes, you have to continuously look at your analytics. You have to go ahead and give feedback, but as well as you're getting feedback, you have to gather the same type of feedback and make sure that you're utilizing all of the ideas, all of the options, or the surveys, or anything else that you put out there in order for you to be able to engage back and forth with your audience. You have to be able to gather the feedback and analyze that as well. That's where you're going to be able to see what's working and what's not, for you to be able to improve the stuff that's not working. That doesn't mean that it's a fail. It means that you probably just have to go back and reevaluate how you was trying to present this information to your specific audience. Everyone reciprocates information different. So just keep that in mind as well. Always stay updated with the different type of tools or things that you're trying to, project to your audience, and ask for feedback. Ask your audience what they want to hear next. what they need help with. How can you help them? It's always about supply and demand. Like, if you're not supplying anything, why should I demand to watch you? Like it you cannot demand me to watch you if you're not supplying me with anything that I need. So it basically just goes hand in hand. So I appreciate everybody joining. Some additional tips that I do want to throw out there. Again, consistency is key. Maintain a regular posting schedule. Quality over quantity. Focus on creating valuable, high quality content. Stay updated. Keep up with the industry trends and update your content accordingly. And then repurposing content. Like, it's okay to reuse and adapt existing content for different type of platforms and formulas. That's exactly what the METRICOOL system is for. And you just go ahead and utilize those different steps and tricks that I just basically broke down in the content creation list, and you should be fine with going into 2025. Remember, consistency is key. You guys got any comments, any types of tips that you want to give me? You thought that was helpful? I appreciate you to drop it down below and share this with anyone that needs help.